Hi, I'm Kevin.
And I'm Sarah, and we're the Global Geezers.
Well, you saw Panama City last week. Now we're going to go through the canal, and we're going to take you with us. Sit back, relax, because this is going to be a long one. We'll try to get different views. You can see us going through the canal and the lake that we sail through as well. So, let's go. We are starting our journey into the Panama Canal. Look at the electrical storm going on right now.
The Bridge of the Americas. The main span measures 344 meters or 1,129 feet. The highest point of the bridge is 117 meters or 384 feet, so that really doesn't give us much clearance. Full northbound transit from the Pacific to the Atlantic. And we'll be traveling about 50 miles or 80 kilometers across the Isthmus of Panama today. We'll be going through two sets of new locks. These are 40% larger than the original locks. These locks you'll be seeing today opened in 2016. The original locks, built by the United States, opened August 15th in 1914. Here's what to look for early on: a series of power launches to come around the back of the ship, then maneuver alongside. They carry the Panama boarding officer, our ship's agent with papers to sign, the canal boarding officer, an inspector, and two Panama pilots. One who is assisting us right now, and the second one will be joining us right before we enter the Kokoli locks here on the Pacific side. They have radio communication.
It's currently 6:14 a.m.
All right, that's the entrance to the new locks, and that's the entrance to the old locks.
We're slowly making our way toward the first lock chamber, one of three you'll be experiencing this morning, and the second set of three later on today in the afternoon.
So there's an alarm that you might be able to hear right now. There's a path across that first lock where cars can actually drive. So this is probably an alarm saying, no more, last chance to pass.
I can see one or two. In reality, there are 4 or 5 people that work in the control tower, 2 harbor masters, and there's some clerical help on the computers. Everything is very slick. Just ahead off to our left-hand side, you can spot the Kokoli Locks control tower. Small ships, let's say less than 50 feet in length.
$492,000 to get this ship through the canal today.
Small vessels,
that's a lot of coin.
80 feet. It's going through on any given day is around 40. Today we have 32, and that's because of the drought. Has caused fewer ships to be able to go through because of their deeper drafts. The record number of ships to go through the canal was set back in February of 1968, when 65 ships made the transit on a given day. Panama City has dense skyline, mostly high-rises, surrounded by a large area of tropical rainforest. Panama's International Airport is the busiest airport in Central America. It was founded back in 1519, the city was, by Spanish conquistador Pedro Arias. The city was the starting point for the expedition that conquered the Inca Empire in Peru. Off to our right-hand side, that white building that you see, the multi-story, 5-story building, that's the Miraflores Locks Visitor Center. A number of you stopped
That's
by
the
and saw
Miraflores Visitor Center that we saw last week.
And maybe you saw the IMAX movie narrated by Morgan Freeman.
And you can see a ship going in to the last bit of locks right there.
Other
And
exhibits inside
That one just came out, and it's got one more lock to go through that we're going to show you soon. You notice the rail car there. That's the old system where they would tie up the ropes to the rail car and the rail car would pull it through. Now they just use tugboats. One rail car there, and the second one there. That's where we meet with the older Miraflores locks. Coming up on the second bridge. This is still dugout canal. We haven't even gotten to the real lake. This was all part of the canal building, putting these channels in between the lakes and the locks. Cool looking bridge. It looks like a single support with the cables going from top on down. This mountain carving tells you how much they had to cut through to fit this canal in. It's quite impressive. Ah, the rain has arrived. They've widened it, but yeah, cut through this is pretty amazing.
Looks like they need to have better waterway channels down here.
Take a look behind and see where we've been. Look at the clouds, that's awesome. It is so peaceful and lush back in here. It's just beautiful. If you ever get a chance to take the Panama Canal cruise, do it. It's awesome. Ooh, thunder. I believe those are reflectors that help guide the ships through the canal at night. They just shine light so they can see where things are, where the edge is.
So this little area over here, it must be a prison. There are little guard shacks raised up above on the corners, and there's a tall fence with razor wire all the way around, and it looked like there were groups of people in different sections as we were going by. So definitely in the middle of the jungle. I'd hate to see what kind of critters they have coming in their little rooms, but seems like it'd be a good place for it. I think they need to move some people on one side of that little tiny boat to the other, because it looks like it's listing quite a bit.
You can see the tracks of the Panama Railway that pretty much started this whole Panama Canal thing. They used to use the railroad tracks from the Atlantic to the Pacific and vice versa back in the day. We are now entering the lake, the actual Gatun Lake. That is Barrow, Colorado Island. That's right in the middle of Gatun Lake. Well, that's pretty shallow, pretty close to the ship. They must have dredged this whole area out pretty well. I guess we found the ship parking lot. He's definitely on the other side of the red buoys, so he's out of the lane. All right, we are currently stopped. For what reason? There's another ship going through the locks right ahead of us. Those are the original locks over there. If you do take a cruise in the Caribbean and it does stop in Cologne, a tour to this one is really good. They've got some really good access, good observation deck.
If it hasn't changed.
Yeah, if it hasn't changed. And it's just less people. No IMAX experience, but you get to see the locks closer than you do at the mirror floors. You can see other ships that are parked out waiting to go through. We seem to have another ship ready to go through as well. But they have the tugs, so they're going first. Here's a good view of the tugs guiding the tanker into the locks.
Tugboat's getting ready.
Yeah. I'm just curious how
Papa's
Fastest
There's a control tower.
takes us all day, at least 8 or 9 hours. The quickest was accomplished by a U.S. Navy hydro.
Well, with the rain coming in, I went to the back of the boat instead, so you get to see us going through the Atlantic side from the back. Lucky you. Right. Me and my pops are gonna watch it.
good.
There's the first gate. Here's the second gate. And those two will shut, or at least one will shut. That should give you an idea how big those gates are. You can drive a bus across it. On our way to the next locks. The process repeats. While the old locks are called the Gatun locks, these are called the Agua Clara locks. There's just one way in, one way out. Huge tanker coming in behind us. Wow. Alright, as the water lowers here, you can look over there and see the water going into the basin in the distance. That's where the water is traveling to right now. Here's a good view of the water coming in, raising up for that next tanker. You can't see the rise, it's not that fast, but you can see the water marks where it's coming in. And it'll be full for that big guy right there. Yeah, it's a big one. Almost done, but look at the big boy coming in behind us. Alright, you can see the water's coming from the back of our ship, that our propellers are on and moving, and we are heading out of the last lock. What a journey. Well, we just have one thing left to do, and that's pass under the bridge to the Atlantic. And that's coming up. Here's the last of the locks as we head out to the Atlantic, or the Caribbean. The Atlantic side, how about that?
And there he goes. He be done. Great work. There's the divide split between the two locks. That was not here last time we went to the Panama Canal. We didn't go through the Panama Canal, we just went to the locks to see some ships go through it, but this wasn't here, so this is new.
That was the Panama Canal. We hope you enjoyed it. We tried to get all different angles, 2 different parts of the day, and all in between. It was one full day, and we've been looking forward to going through it for quite a while. Of all our travels, we haven't yet gone through it, so I think we were both looking forward to it.
Yes, thoroughly enjoyed it. We were lucky to get good seats going through in the beginning, and coming out, well, it was kind of full up deck, so we had to film from behind. So you got to see us exiting the canal. If you noticed, these were the new locks, not the old locks. These were the ones that were completed in 2016. The old locks that were completed in 1914, the ship is way too big for those locks, so you got to see the new locks. So that's it for this episode, and we are going to be on to our next port next week, which you get to see right here on the Global Geezers channel. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you then. Bye.
Bye.
So sit back, relax, because this is gonna be
District of Panama City. The town of Balboa was founded by the United States.
Turn here.
How's that?
Turn here.
Pass under the bridge Atlantico, or the bridge, pass under the bridge to the Atlantic.
So we had to film from behind, so you got to see us going through from behind. Well, that doesn't make sense, does it?